and I am the author of School Crossing, which is a book about a bilingual, bicultural Latina character like most of us. And what happens to her first day of school, she's reminiscing about that. So this is 4 chapters long. I'm reading the first chapter today, and I'm going to start with the intro so we all understand who she is, and then I'll read the first chapter. My name is MariVi. I am 8 years old and I'm in 3rd grade. My parents came from another country and they speak a different language, Spanish. I am the only one in my family who was born here. I am different from them, my own family. I am also different from my friends at school. Not only because I don't look like my friends, but because my family doesn't act like their families either. First, my parents don't speak English very well, so I always translate for them as if I were the parent. But I'm not. And they remind me of this constantly. And when they speak Spanish to me outside our home and others hear them, I want to disappear. I can't wait to grow up, be on my own, and to belong somewhere. Until then, this is my story. So that's the introduction. The first chapter is called Baby Bottle, Hairspray, and the Cross. And you'll understand what that means as we go through it. The confusion began a couple of years ago. It was the first day of school, and I was in 1st grade. I was told by my teacher that my name was Mary Paz. I didn't know that was my name until that day. According to Mama, Papa, and Abuelita, my grandmother, my real name was Maria Victoria de la Paz Abascal. But my birth parents say my name is Maria Victoria de la Paz without the Abascal. Mama and Papa say that you can't have 2 last names in America, only one. And I don't know why the de la that comes before the Paz disappeared at school, just like Abascal, but it did. And I can't find it anywhere. My family and friends call me MariVi, a nickname for Maria Victoria. At least all of us can agree on that name. You see, Mama, Papa, and Abuelita speak to me in Spanish and make me speak Spanish to them too. But I speak only English to my brother and sister. It's like we are 2 separate families, but no one ever talks about it. I prefer to speak English because when I do, I get a sense that I belong here. When I don't, I feel like an outsider. Here we go. Last night I did something I hadn't done in a long time. I drank warm chocolate milk from my old baby bottle. That's right, my old light pink baby bottle. You might think that's strange for a 6-year-old. That's how old I was when I started school. But I was very worried, and somehow that calmed me down. The milk was perfect, not too hot when it was not that thick cream on top, and not too cold. It was just right. I drank it in my bed while lying next to Abuelita, my grandmother. I don't know what time I went to sleep, but I'm sure it was very late. I woke up to Mama saying, "Despiértate, MariVi, tienes que ir a la escuela." Wake up, MariVi, you need to go to school. When I opened my eyes, I could see that my ironed uniform was hanging outside the closet I shared with my sister. Dark blue skirt, white short sleeve shirt, dark sweater, new white socks, and shiny shoes. Black and white with brand new shoestrings. I had tried everything on at least 5 times before this day, and now I had to wear it to go to school. I was so nervous that I wanted to climb back into my warm bed and make yesterday come back, never to leave again. But I couldn't. Honestly, a part of me was very happy about putting on my new clothes, but before I could do that, I needed to eat breakfast and keep breakfast in my tummy and not get sick. Whenever I was scared, I would feel it in my tummy first, just like Mama. Like the time I had to go to the doctor for a sore throat, I threw up waiting for him to show up. It was a mess, and Mama was not happy. The whole family was at the breakfast table when I got there. My sister Maria Isabel, yes, another Maria. We called her Isa, and we called my brother Gordo because they say he was enorme, or enormous, when he was born. Something like 8.5 pounds. Gordo's real name is Jose, and he was named after Papa. I'm still not sure why my sister and I and my mama were all called Maria. Mama and Papa explained it to me once. They said that in the country they came from, people were called by their first and middle names as if it was one name. But that didn't make a lot of sense to me. How can two people in the same family have the same first name? Were names expensive? Is that why my family only had two, Maria and Jose? Now that I think about it, is that why they had gotten rid of Abascal, my second last name as well? Was it cheaper to have a shorter name? Anyway, Mama, Papa, and Abuelita were finishing their strong black coffee in their teeny cups when I got to the kitchen. Mama gave me a sip of hers to help wake me up. It worked. I had drunk some before when we took a long car trip to New York and really liked the buzzy feeling it gave me. Mama always gave us a little coffee to wake us up when we needed to wake up in a hurry. And this is what I looked like trying to wake up with my teeny cup of coffee. I had 2 pieces of toast, slightly burned on the corners with lots of oozing butter and some warm chocolate milk, this time from a regular glass. I loved warm chocolate milk more than anything in the whole world. I could drink 5 to 6 glasses a day, which is why I had grown so tall. As I drank my milk, I decided that there were no more baby bottles for me. Starting today, I was a big girl, only drinking from a glass from now on. I then went to the bathroom and brushed my teeth, and Mama cleaned my face. Mama then helped me get dressed and brushed my hair with Abuelita next to us, holding many hebillas or barrettes and bobby pins in case they were needed. My brown hair was thick and wavy, did not like to be brushed, and hated to be combed. The only choice Mama said she had was to pull it really high toward the back of my head in a super tight ponytail or pigtails, depending on the day. As she pulled in my ponytail holder, she always sighed, "Ay, cuánto pelo." Oh, so much hair. And then she'd always say something about me having Papa's hair. And she didn't say it as if it were a good thing. Mama's hair was thin and straight, but mine wasn't. And Mama wasn't finished helping me get ready for school until she did 2 things. First, she pulled a big can of laca or hairspray out from the old white bathroom cabinet that was above the sink. She told me to close my eyes and sprayed a lot of laca on my hair so that it wouldn't move. The smell always made me cough a little and made my eyes water, so I had learned to hold my breath and close my eyes the second she took the top off the can. And she sprayed for a long, long time, starting at the top, but in the middle, then working her way around the sides and back until she had made an imaginary full circle, while making baby circles along the way. I really believe that she secretly wanted to work in a hair salon and was playing beauty parlor whenever she did this to me. This is a beautiful illustration by Amy Hubler, who illustrated this book and has done amazing work on what it felt like and what it looked like when I had my hair sprayed in the morning. And then on my neck, without asking me if I wanted to wear it or not, she hung a gold cross. She made sure the necklace was outside my buttoned shirt so everyone could see that I was wearing a crucifijo or a crucifix. Jesus meant a lot to Mama. More than anything, Mama wanted me to look beautiful. She cared a lot about what others thought about me and mi familia, my family. Or that's what I think. I heard Papa say, "Nos vamos en 5 minutos. We're leaving in 5 minutes." So I went to my school bag to make sure all my school supplies were there. My new pencils, my notebook, and a couple of books. I was starting to get scared. I secretly worried about my pencils. They were number 2 pencils. And back then I was only going into 1st grade. I was worried these were only for 2nd grade. I hadn't met any other 1st graders who were going to go to my school, but at church on Sundays, I had seen other kids who looked my age. That's really the only time I saw kids from the neighborhood. Mama wanted us to stay home and play with family rather than run outside with people she didn't really know. She said it was because she was protecting us. I was never sure from what. We kissed Mama and Abuelita goodbye and piled into Papa's old blue station wagon. I did all I could to hold back tears as they slowly disappeared. I was biting my lip so hard, I was starting to think it was going to bleed, so I stopped. We sat in the back seat, Gordo, then Isa in the middle, then me. I had asked Papa if I could sit by a window just in case I got sick or needed fresh air to breathe. He had agreed, and even though Isa had called shotgun before we left the house, Papa made us all sit together in the back seat. Papa and Mama didn't understand what shotgun meant, but Gordo and I did. Papa had the radio on low and was listening to the news. And all I could hear as we got closer to the school was the sound of my heartbeat getting louder and louder, with sounds of my brother and sister in between beats. I thought my heart was going to burst out of my chest. I'm not sure why I was so nervous. I think it was because this was my first time spending hours away from home without my family, and I wasn't sure what it would be like. I had never been away from home for more than a little bit of time, and that was when I was playing with cousins at their house, a house I knew. On the trip to school, Isa was putting things into her school bag and had accidentally hit Gordo's left arm. So they had started arguing, saying, "Stop it. No, you stop it. No, you stop." They argued the whole way to school, which wasn't helping me stay calm at all. I then started to feel my hands getting sweaty and hoped this would last just for a little bit. I had never had both my heart and my hands acting this way at the same time. Then my right leg decided to start shaking. As I looked at my leg, which mommy always told me to control, I started feeling a hole in my stomach that was getting bigger and bigger and very cold. Just when I realized that something was also happening to my stomach, the car stopped and Papa said, "Que tengan un buen día. Have a good day." He kissed us each goodbye, jumped out of the car to give me an extra long hug, then whispered in my ear, "Todo estará bien. Tú verás. All will be okay. You'll see." He also told my brother and sister, "Cuiden a tu hermana. Take care of your sister." But I'm not sure they heard him. As I turned around, I looked at the schoolyard and it was filled with kids. All had the same uniform. All were talking or playing, and bells started to ring. I think we got there just in time and not a minute too soon, which scared me even more. I had no time to prepare to walk into the classroom all by myself, and I didn't feel comfortable at school yet. I tried to find my brother and sister, but they had run into friends they hadn't seen during the summer and had left me all alone. And I think Isa was still mad at me for calling shotgun and not getting to ride shotgun, so she left me. I knew that the bells ringing meant you had to get to class. I had seen my classroom the week before school started, but I couldn't remember where it was. There were older students carrying signs that said something. I couldn't read well back then, and they were helping other kids find their classrooms. A girl who must have been in 8th grade asked me if I needed help. I said, "Mrs. Smith's class, please," in a super soft voice. The girl asked me twice to speak a little louder. As the final bell rang, I started walking quickly into my classroom. I wanted to run, but there was an older teacher in the hallway holding a bell and shouting, "No running in the hallway." As I walked in, I quickly looked at all the kids. No one was wearing a cross on a necklace. So I quickly put mine inside my shirt and whispered, "Sorry, Jesus." There's a picture of the cross outside of my shirt. That wasn't a good way to start my first day of school. I started biting my lip again. I hoped nothing bad would happen to me for hiding my cross. Had I only known what was about to happen, I don't think I would have hidden it. So that is the first chapter of School Crossing. We will be reading the second chapter next week. There's a lot in here that speaks to the culture of Latina families and speaks to the need to have a nice appearance and what we want to show others and what we don't show others about ourselves. And a lot about the culture. So I hope you enjoyed it and look forward to seeing you next week when we read chapter 2. Until then, have a great week.